University can be a total hassle, especially when it comes to dealing with weekly quizzes and exams, and also dealing with upcoming projects, midterm exam, and final exams. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal the 3 productive habits that will help you guys to work ahead and get things done as a university student. The first productive habit to work ahead and get things done as a university student is you need to check your syllabus. So basically just check on your syllabus which chapter will be on your class this week and next week. Besides of checking what chapters that will be in your class this week or next week, you should also check when will be your next quiz, exams, or project or homework that will take place on your class this week, next week, or in the next month according to your syllabus. Once you've done that, you're able to know better and prioritize on which task is more important than one than the other, and besides of knowing which task is more important than one than the other, you're able to know when will be your next quiz, exams, or homework or project that will take place on your university schedule based on your syllabus. The second productive habit to work ahead and get things done is you need to prioritize your work. By prioritizing your work is you need to see which quiz and homework that is due this week and next week. Now after you prioritize and work ahead on the quiz and exam that's due this week and next week, you should also know and prioritize on which exams and project that will be due in the next month or this week. So for example, if you have a homework that is due this week and you have a test that is due next week, then I suggest you should do the test that's due this week first, then you can do the homework that's due next week. However, it doesn't mean that you can just focus on working ahead for this week and next week. You should also focus on working ahead for the next month, which means you should know how to plan ahead to work further. Basically, whenever there's a midterm, final exam, or a project that is coming out, you need to know what are the chapters that's going to be included in those exams, and for the project you need to know what are the instructions that is going to be involved in that project and what are you going to do with that project. And this shows that you're not just working ahead for your quiz and homework that is due this week, next week, or even in the next month. This shows that you're working ahead for the whole semester. Now after you prioritize on the things that you need to do done for this week, next week, and even for your whole semester, so now you've understand how to prioritize your work based from your university syllabus that is due this week, the next month, and even for your whole university semester. The third productive habit to work ahead and get things done is you should never rest until you get the job done. And this habit is where most students fail to commit on, is where they finish their work that is due this week and they just go slack off and relax by watching some YouTube videos or Netflix, or watching some posts or content that is on their social media feed. After you finish the stuff that is due today and this week, don't just go relax and watch some YouTube videos or Netflix or even some of your social media accounts. Which means the third productive habit implies that you should not only be focusing on the work that needs to be done this week, but you should also be focusing on the work that needs to be done next week as well. So after you finish your homework and quiz that's due this week, so during your free time, don't just relax and slack off by watching some YouTube video, Netflix, or watching some videos or posts on your social media. Just look at your syllabus and find out which chapter is going to be in your class next week and which homework and quiz that's going to be in it. And you can start doing that by working ahead. You can start doing this by studying ahead on what chapters they'll be in your class next week based on your syllabus, and you can look at your syllabus on what quiz, exams, and homework and project they'll be in your class this week, next week, the next month, and for your whole semester. So the key to stay productive at all times as a university student for me is basically you should know what are the things that needs to be done this week, and also know what are the things that needs to be done next week as well. If you guys are still having a hard time staying productive, then I believe you should check this video right here, because this video will show you the 3 habits that you need to avoid right now to stay productive.